This is another permaculture video game development update. I'm demonstrating the full cycle of starting out at the high view level, going to the permit office, parking, getting out into the parking lot, dealing with the police officers who are trying to get you for bribes and shake you down, and then getting to the shipping container and then scanning the QR code that sets up your digital wallet, and then the ability to select how many permits you want and then confirm the transaction and then be back out into the world. And this is showing now the close-up that shows that registered the purchase of one of those units. And now I'm going to walk through the code. All right, so this is just a still frame of the end of this HTML file that has the script code in it, and this is basically the last functions that are taking place within this permit office level. And one of the functions that I added was the ability to use the arrow keys to operate the digital wallet gauntlet on the right arm. That's like an armband on the right arm, a little bit retro, a little bit futuristic, but the idea that you would be able to do blockchain transactions from not just a smartphone or a hardware device, but a wearable technology device of that nature. So there's some swapping of the visibility of different divs using the display block, display none, and there's also the key upstroke listener, so it doesn't scroll through adding a bunch of things to the cart, and it's on the key up rather than the key down, so it registers only when you let go of the key for adding to the cart, and then for swapping out and confirming, and then finally removing all of that permit office world and swapping back in the div collection that is the main high view of the world. So that's where you arrive back at as you get out of there. And then I do a close-up just for demonstration of how that whole process of purchasing that one unit of permits, that was reflected in the inventory that you see back in the big world. So it's the idea of scaling into the small world, back out into the big world, going into this mini environment with kind of its own level, its own mini bosses and end bosses and whatnot. And this is the code that's the kind of prototype that I can replicate across all the different experiences and environments I want to create. But the whole idea was this was really the celebration of getting a full circle experience